Hey. Multicultural, educational kids show. Ladies and gentlemen, players, coaches, fans, young and old from across the globe. Welcome to the Week 4 recap of the Bigs. As always, I'm your host, I'm your commissioner, I am Timmy Westside, and it is always my goddamn honor to be here with you all, recapping the greatest league, dare I say it, the universe. I'll say universe. Week 4, check, done, see you later. 20% of this season come and gone. Highest scoring week so far this season. 5 out of the 6 teams had over 200 points. And even the one who did not was just 5 points off. We'll get into it. No spoilers. 20% done. 4-game win streaks. 4-game losing streaks. No spoilers. Couple skids, slides, streaks. We're starting to see a little separation. Just a little. Big day Sunday. One of the first times that Saturday was actually a relatively quiet. Normally, if you're hitting like 25 to 35 points on a Saturday, not a good Saturday. But this week was a little bit of a different tune. Sunday for most teams was the big day. Had a couple 40 burgers, and I think a 50 burger as well, or close to. So it really came down to the wire with a couple of these games. Someone got fugged, and we turned back the clock. Daylight savings, but also on the ice, on the scoreboard. You'll see it. No spoilers. Hey, let's get into it. No time to waste. No rest for the wicked. And we start where we must start. This guy hasn't lost since last week. I said pyramids. This guy hasn't lost since daylight savings was invented. He invented time. He is won before time was invented. Before time was finalized, this guy was winning. Hasn't lost since then. I'm talking about our champion. I'm talking about the Borland backhanders. I'm talking about the 4-0 Borland backhanders who put up 210.7 points to beat the Burt Macklin squad. Yes, the lowest point total of the week, 195.6. The beard stays trimmed. The flannel remains pressed. And listen, Jake alluded to it. Hey, I've said it a couple weeks ago. It rings true today. Got to be good to be lucky. Got to be lucky to be good. Yes, Genre, our champion, does have the lowest points against him. But hey, that's the championship ring effect. Hello, Chip. They come into his barn. They see those banners. They see the glare of that ring. Teams get a little intimidated. It shows on the scoreboard. 711 points against in 4 games. Not going to try and do the math because odds are hard. 7 divided by 4. No, not going to do it. But that is the lowest point total against compared to 828. Tomasad was the most against. So over 110 points difference. But however, you can't knock the guy's offensive prowess either. Once again, over 200 points on the week, and total 803.4 points. Good enough for second highest total in the league. So yes, he's getting some help on the back end. But he's also doing it up front. I digress. Top 3, who did it? We're turning back the clock. I wish I had an analog so I can Turn it back. You'll love to see it. Alexander Ovechkin, 28 points on the dot. How'd he do it? 5 goals. Go get Gretzky. 4 apples. Led the league this week in points. Followed up by Jimmy Stu. Timothy Stutzla, 18.2 points with 3 goals and 3 apples. And Svechnikov, 17 points, 3 goals, 2 apples. The first time all season that Nikita Kuch was not in his top 3. He was the 4th guy though. So, the 200 point marker is kind of like that's what you want to get. Player to player though, I have found you want over 7 points. That means goalies, you at least got to win. Players, goal, apple, maybe a couple PIMs. You want to be on the scorecard. That, in my mind, no one's going to win with sevens up and down the lineup. However, that's kind of the pass-fail barometer. If you're under that, you're like, dude, you might as well just stay home. Over that, you're like, okay. You contributed. Half his team, 12 out of the 24 players, had over 7 points. As you can see, not the highest point total of the week, but enough of his guys did their job to get him to 4-0. Goalies, Hellebuck, 15.5 points, 2-1 on the week. Markstrom, 10.9, 1-1 on the week. Ullmark, 7.2, 1-1 on the week. Every goalie at least got a dub. Helle, who has led the way between the pipes all year for him, got a couple. Everyone's pulling their weight. Let's flip over to Jacoby. Sneaky has now lost back-to-back. Lowest point total of the week again. I believe he was last week. 195.6. Sometimes you can get lucky with that. You should be able to get lucky with that. Not this week. This was actually the lowest point total of our high scoring week. Back-to-back losses. Lowest score in the week. His top 3 were Sam Reinhart, 21.4 points with 4 goals and 3 assists. Sergei Bobrovsky, Bobbers, you're on the case, 15.8 points. He went 2-0. And Nady Mac, 15.8, the leader, 2 goals, 3 assists, round out his top 3. The big deciding factor this week was actually not the weekends, as it normally is. It was Wednesday and Thursday. Shauner jumped out to a huge lead going into Friday. Wednesday and Thursday, on those 2 days alone, Sean outscored Jake 63.9 to 26.4. 39-point difference. That's the difference maker. His goalies on the back end, as mentioned, Bobrovsky, we said that, 15.4 points. Then that car drove off the cliff. Gustafsson, no, sorry. We'll fix that in post. Gustafsson was also great. 15.4 points, 2-0 on the week. Then Georgiev hit a brick wall, 0-1. 0.1 points. And I was looking. I go through the lineups. Who had a better week up and down the lineup? Interesting bottom 4 for Jake. And you're thinking, damn, what do you do? I mean, tic taps on Timbo going down to the bottom 4 to dig deep to find some nuggets for you guys. Listen, the bottom 4, you're normally rattling around 2.5 points, 3 points a guy. It's nothing that it's never even made the broadcast. However, I was looking at Jake's, his bottom four. Barbashev on the week, 0.6 points. Buchnevich, 0.4 points. Michkov, that's what caught my eye. Last week, he was second on his team in scoring, close to 20 points. How you doing, keeper? Michkov this week, 0.2. And then Gorgiev, 0.1. 4 players totaled 1.3 points. You were basically playing 20 guys against Connor's 24. In the end, you got to have all your horses going. You want to come at the king, you best not miss. You got to have all your guys going. If not, he improves 2. So we've on next. Look at that. Bilingual as shit. Rubber Pockies. Great logo. Great team lately. 256.9 points. Beats up on the comeback kid. 226.8 points. Gets the dub. Back-to-back week wins. Back-to-back weeks as the highest point total team in the league. Humming. Pistons pumping. Cylinders cleaned out. No gunk in that engine. He brings it full circle once again, turning back the clock. Who did it? Stand up, Sid the Kid, 21.2 points. Are you kidding me? We got Sid, we got Ovi. What is this? 2008? Sure. 21.2 points for the kid. Come on. Love to see it. You guys know I'm a Sid guy. 4 goals, 3 apples. Barkov, the captain, 20.4 points with 2 goals and 5 apples. And then Willie Nylander, 18.2 points, rounded out his top 3 with 4 goals and 2 assists. Gentlemen, the sirens aren't waving. The sirens aren't ring-a-dinging yet. But you know when the storm hasn't hit yet, and all of a sudden the wind picks up and the flags start waving? I'm playing Rubber Puckies this week, and I'm back-to-back weeks, #1 in the league. And oh, by the way, McDavid nowhere to be seen. He skated for 16 seconds this week and got hurt. If he's doing all this without McDavid, when he gets back in the lineup, and I wrote down, Kenny will do this. He's streaky. Normally it's the opposite. Normally he takes a couple weeks. He starts 1-3, 1-4, but gets his lineup, and then he'll turn it on. He's turned it on this last couple weeks. 256.9 points. How are you, kid? Have yourself a day. How do you do it? His best day was actually Saturday with 54 points. My dogs are fighting. They're barking at each other. I know. I don't want to play Kenny either this week. Saturday, 54 points going up and down his lineup. He got the depth that needed to get the job done clearly with almost 260 points. 10 out of his 24 players had double-digit points. And 18 out of his 24 players passed this week's exam with 7 points or more. Depth. Big week. Huge. 260 almost. Stick taps. Cool logo. 3-1. Second in the league. Bootsy. Flipping over. Honeymoon's over, kid. 2-game win streak snapped. 3-game win streak snapped. And this week, he got fugged. Second time this year. I had the honor of getting it done to me week 1. This week, it was your turn. Yep. When the second highest point total of the week, 226.8 points. You're cruising. Don't even check the score. Don't even check the stats. All you gotta do is watch the recap on Tuesdays and be like, yeah, I know, I won. Sunk. The second highest point total goes up and gets rinsed by the number one. Happened to me, happened to you. It'll happen again. Sometimes we all just get fugged. A lot that I just said about Kenny could also unfortunately be said about Bootsy in a losing week. 10 out of his 24 players also had 10 points or more, and 14 out of his 24 players had 7 points or more. Normally this gets the job done. The kid's 4-0. He's feeling himself. Not this week. His top three: Martin Neckis. Maybe, I don't know. 2 goals, 5 assists. Jake Morrissey. Jacob Morrissey? Jake Morrissey, never a doubt. 19.6, 1 goal, 6 apples on the back end, dishing it around. And Mark Scheifele, 18 points. Led the way for his team, 2 goals, 4 apples. A couple Jets. His goalies, Skinner, 7.8 points, 1-1. And that's who fell off a cliff. That's whose goalie train ran off the tracks. Ottinger, 0.2 points, 1-1. And this guy, Annunin, 0 points, 0-1 on the week. Gorgiev's back, I think. So hopefully I never have to try and pronounce Annunin's name ever again. That was the biggest discrepancy. One goalie win and you put up 226 points. You gotta feel good. Those losses stink. They fucking suck, I know. But you just go, that's, you gotta be good to be lucky and lucky to be good. In some weeks, some matchups, the schedule just don't fall your way. Which brings us to the final game of the week. The toilet bowl, the gotta have it bad bowl. Both teams coming into this matchup 0-3, needed to get that first dub. Someone was gonna. It was this guy. Timmy Westside, 213.4 points over the Breakfast Club, 201.8 points. Gets his first dub, finally, monkey off the back. The streak of my opponents having over 200 points continue. That could stop anytime now. Ken Dog, take a break this week. You done good. As I mentioned, 826 points against. Don't love that, but finally good enough offensively to get the job done. Not much separated our two teams all week. It was just one of those weeks that I did win every night, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and that was the difference maker. But it was one of those weeks where like I would just have an extra goal, an extra, 3 points at the end of the night, an extra 5, an extra 4, and that was just enough to best the Breakfast Club this week. Who did it for me? Kyle Connors. Listen, I mean, hand up, me too. I was like, I don't know if I like that pick, but I remember draft night when I made that pick. Larry was like, oh, good. I didn't want to pick him. Like, thank you for not. I didn't want him. He was staring at us in the face, but Larry was like, I didn't want him. Thank you. I don't know if I like it. Not my problem. Yeah, guess what? This week he was your problem. 23.2 points up your hoop. 3 goals, 6 apples. He led the way. He got the dub for me. Talk about waiver wire pickup. Freddie Freddie Anderson, the Band-Aid goes down. Piotr Kochetkov, 20.6 points. He gets a pickup. He goes 3-0 on the week. Talk about it, kid. And Igor Shesterkin, 19.6 points, rounds out my top three. He went 2-1. Might as well get into it. They're staring me right in the face. My goalies finally got it done. Rounding out the back end, UC Saros. The Preds still, they're pissing me off. Lost last night. 10.6 points at least. Got a dub and went 1-1 last week. The goalies that I've been banging the gavel for, they were, as you can see, top three. They were the top three out of my top 7 this week. That was a poorly formed sentence. It's early. I've only had a Kit Kat for breakfast. You know, when you're walking by and you see leftover Halloween candy, I don't care what time it is. A Kit Kat. Last little point on me is that my keepers had a nice little week. The 3 of them, Will Smith got his first couple goals in the show. Lundell and McTavish, big week. They combined for 24.6 points, 4 goals, 3 apples. Love to see that because I was like, why did I pick Willie Smith? Hasn't done nothing. Had 3 points last week. Love to see it. Love to get the win. 1-3. I'll take it. Flipping over to the Breakfast Club, 201.8 points, broke through that glass 200-point ceiling. However, big weeks all around. Second lowest point total of the week. Just not enough to get it done this week. Oh yeah. Drops to 0-4. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to announce that we are back. Yes. He texts me. He goes, oh no. Felt a little gurgle in my stomach when I saw 0-4. He thought it was 0-3. The poop your pants scale. The poop your pants scale is back. Larry Bear texted me. He goes, oh fuck, I'm 0-4. I thought I was 0-3. The poop your pants scale quickly went from a 1 to a 4. Right now, new listeners, you're Timbo, what are you talking about? Let me refresh your memory. The poop your pants scale going back a couple of years now. Larry Bear with back-to-back losing seasons says can't do it anymore. Can't do it. How nervous is he going to get when those L's start piling up? 10, disaster mode. Nervous. There's poop running down all your pants, into your socks. You got to throw out your shoes. Shauner. Shauner. A 10. Genre. That's the standard. I got the giggles. A 10 is Shauner walking down 18 at the mill with poop. Ooh. Ooh. I gotta eat before doing this. I'm running on empty. That's 10. A 1, your underpants are fine. No need to change. They're fresh out of the dryer, nice and cozy. Larry Bear's out of 4. Whew. His top 3. Jesus Christ. Sorry, boys. 24 minutes. Hope you grab some popcorn. Ehlers, 22 points, 4 goals, 3 apples. Montour, 20 points, 3 goals, 1 apple. Cale Makar, 15.6 points, 2 goals, 3 apples, rounds out his top 3. Goalies. Jaws, the Finn, the Meg, Dostal, 13.8 points, 1-1 on the week. Swayman, 9.9, 1-1 on the week. And Stolarz, 6.9, 1-0 on the week were his goalies. That's it. That's your recap for week 4. I know the matchups already, but I'm just going to double check. Big week this week. Juicy week. We hit the quarter mark. 20 game season. 5th week. 25%. Bang. Timmy Westside coming off a win. Feeling good. The tides have got to start turning. Going up against Robert Puckies. Just had some monster weeks. No McDavid. I like that. Need any help I can get. Huge matchup. Then we got the 3-1 comeback kid against the Borland Backhanders. Hello, the battle for first place. And then we got a big one at the bottom of the tables. Breakfast Club 0-4, desperately needing a win, going up against the 1-3 Burt Macklin squad. Whew. Tune in next week. See who finds out.